Red Hat. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived the most beautiful girl in the world. The girl's mother loved her daughter terribly, and the girl's grandmother loved her granddaughter even more than her mother. This grandmother made her granddaughter a small red hat that suited her very well, and wherever she went, people saw her granddaughter and called her Red Hat. One day the girl's mother made a galette one and told her Little Red Riding Hood. She said, "Come and see how your grandmother is doing." She said she was unwell. "I'll bring you a galette and this jar of butter." Little Red Riding Hood immediately set off to go to her grandmother's house, who lived in another village. As she was going through the forest, she met a wolf guy. The wolf wanted to eat the girl, but she couldn't because of the woodcutters in the forest. The wolf asked Little Red Riding Hood where she was going. The poor child stopped in his tracks and answered the wolf, not knowing that it was dangerous to listen to him. "I'm going to my grandmother's house. Her mom told me to take the galette and her jar of butter to her grandma." Then the wolf spoke to Little Red Riding Hood. "Does your grandmother live far away?" Little Red Riding Hood answered, "Yes. See it down there? It's the first house in the village with the windmill right there." "I see. I also want to go see her grandmother. I'll go this way, you go that way. Let's see who gets to her grandmother's house quickly," said the wolf. Then he started running along the fastest route he knew. Little Red Riding Hood happily took the longest route, picking hazelnuts, chasing butterflies, and picking wild flowers that appeared before her to make her own bunch. It didn't take long for the wolf to arrive at his grandmother's house. The wolf knocked on the door. "Who are you?" her grandmother asked. The wolf said, imitating Little Red Riding Hood's voice, "Grandma, this is your granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood. My mom told me to bring her galette and jar of butter to her grandmother, so I came." Her unwell grandmother cried out as she lay in her bed, "Pull out the little wedge on the door. Then the wooden bar will open." The wolf pulled the wedge and opened the door. Then he pounced on her grandmother and ate her. The wolf had not eaten anything for over 3 days. The wolf who ate his grandmother hung and locked the door. Then she hid her body under her grandmother's bed and waited for Little Red Riding Hood to knock on her door about 20 minutes later. There was a knock on the door. The wolf asked, "Who are you?" Little Red Riding Hood felt afraid when she heard the wolf's gruff voice. But she thought her grandmother had a cold and her throat was hoarse. "Grandma, this is your granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood. My mom told me to bring a galette and a jar of butter to her grandmother, so I came," cried the wolf, a little softened in his grandmother's voice. "Pull out the little wedge on the door. Then the wooden bar will open." Little Red Riding Hood pulled the wedge and opened the door. The wolf, who was watching the girl come in, hid himself under the bed sheets and said, "Put the galette and the butter jar on the backrest, and then come lie down with me." Little Red Riding Hood took off her coat and went to bed. and was surprised to see her grandmother naked. The girl asked her grandmother, "Grandma, why are her arms so big?" The wolf answered, "Sweetheart, that's so I can give you a good hug." "Grandma, why are your legs so big?" "Son, it's for running well." "Grandma, why are your ears so big?" "Son, that's to listen well." "Grandma, why are your eyes so big?" "Sweetheart, that's to get a good look." "Grandma, why are your teeth so big?" "That's to eat you." While saying these words, the ferocious wolf pounced upon Little Red Riding Hood and ate the girl.